Gemini, welcome to your Celtic Cross reading. I hope you are well. I hope you are fabulous. Let's jump on into it. What's going on, please? What's going on for Gemini? Show me Gemini, show me Gemini, show me Gemini. What's going on for Gemini? What's up? What's going on? Let's do one more. Okay, like always, these are general or collective readings, so they may or may not fit you. Most people find, very rarely do they 100% resonate, nor zero, somewhere in the middle. Regardless, the standard rule applies. Take what resonates, leave what does not. If you find yourself becoming increasingly frustrated or aggravated or irritated, I want you to pause it, watch it later, or skip it altogether. That's cool, okay? I just don't want you to force something that isn't yours. It causes unnecessary upset. However, if you find or feel that there is a seed of truth in there that vibrates with you, perhaps watch. It might help. Okay? Kicking it off. Knight of Wands. King of Wands in the challenging. Oh, we're trying to control that fire, right? That's the king's personal knight right there. It's like, I'm not ready to deploy that yet. What's influencing you? Six of Swords. It's like I'm still in the process of moving on. Oh, you are anxious. My goodness. Interesting. Relevant past the star. Hopes, dreams, wishes, wants, desires, yes? Exiting, waiting. Good. Let's just get that out of the way right now. 3 of Wands is not my favorite. I'll go over that, I'm sure, when the timing is right. Ace of Swords in your immediate future. Truth and nothing but the truth, and I shall abide by that truth. Strengths, yes? 10 of Wands. I can carry a lot. Just because you can doesn't mean you should, but I respect the principle. It depends on what you're carrying and why. The High Priestess in your environment, intuition, feeling it, trying to feel it, access it, feeling intuitive at this time. Perhaps you're having an increase of dreams, that kind of thing. We'll see. Hopes and fears to open up. Who else had that? I want to say it was Aquarius, and I can tell you right now there's been many a shuffle between yours and theirs, on and off camera. And then the outcome, 6 of Cups. Lovely, soul bond energy. We'll see what's going on there. What's up with that? I don't know. Let's find out. Let's get cracking. Yours is different. Yours is crackling. It's got all this energy in it. What's going on? It's different. Knight of Wands, your immediate energy. Yeah. Fierce intensity. I'm feeling it. I'm feeling it. Right? Drive. Let's go, baby. Let's go. King of Wands is crossing it. He's like, hold on. Let's see what's over that. Are you feeling something, honey? You got an itch, you got a twitch. I don't know how to explain it, but your energy's a little jumpy, a little excited, a little nervous. It's almost like you're trying to calm your nerves down, or like hold it back, hold the reins. Hold the reins, Gemini. Cool it down, calm down. I don't quite know how to explain it. Well, let's get there. Some of that. Excited, passionate. I'm not gonna lie. I can't tell if you're nervous, if you're excited, if you're pissed off, if you're passionate, or if you're somewhere in between. Maybe you don't know. But it's like, well, Gemini's like, well, it's a little of this and it's a little Show me that Knight of Wands, please. Show me that Knight of Wands. Yeah, there we go. Show me that Knight of Wands, please. What's going on? The Empress. 7 of Cups. Ooh. Yeah. Yeah. We have someone of importance here. What's interesting is that I can't tell how active they are in your life. Because it's the 7 of Cups, 2 of Pentacles. So the Empress, as we know, is someone who denotes a strong sense of self-empowerment, makes things happen. Okay? 7 of Cups, 2 of Pentacles. It's almost like you're saying, I understand that this person is important, but I don't know how important they are to me. It's interesting. I'm still trying to figure that out. What do I feel for it exactly? And even if I knew what my feelings were, Christina, what would I even do with that information? 2 of Pentacles, what do I do about it? Now, I would have automatically defaulted that Empress is you if I didn't see your Knight going outwards. So the Knight says we know energy moving outside of us to express ourselves, even energetically, to somebody. And oh boy, you got some energy that would like it to express itself to somebody. I believe. Otherwise, I would have said that's you. And you're working on your sense of self-empowerment and to show yourself more love. And I'm sure that some of you are in that space, 100%. But it's very much, and I've got to call it right now, it's heavy contemplation energy of someone outside of you. And you're like, I understand that's a person of importance. I understand that's a person of substance, Christina. I don't deny that. But I'm trying to understand my feelings for it. Or it. I'm not trying to call them an it. They're important. You recognize that too. But it's kind of like I don't know what, I can't seem to find my legs in my feelings for this person. And if I have a role in their life, if they have a role in mine, I don't know. But by God, I got some energy for them. Yes, you do. And, you do. It's you're intrigued. You're turned on. You'd like to explore those cups, but you don't know to what depth and degree, or how to put more of yourself into it. I don't know why that question exists. Let's find out. That King of Wands is crossing it, and he's like, pull it back. Pull it back, pull it back, pull it back, pull it back. Show me that King of Wands, please. Show me that King of Wands, please. Show me that King of Wands. Show me that King of Wands. Show me that King of Wands, please. Four of Pentacles. Pull it back, but holding on. I got it. We're not done. Oh my, yes, intense, 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 intense. Sometimes what we feel for this situation or this dynamic is such that it puts us into a really weird headspace, man. I got it. It's okay. I've seen stuff like this before. It's not. The devil's a tool in all things, and what it is, the severity of it to the degree, is entirely dependent on what we do with the energy and how we're choosing to interpret it and how we're experiencing, so on and so forth. There is something in here that says, I want to give this something, and you're frustrated. You're frustrated. It's a little more frustrating than you perhaps knew or anticipated, or you find yourself in. It's almost you are aggravated. So like I said, I can't quite tell. All that fire is out, in, crossed. So that's why I was like, are you passionate, turned on, pissed off? Somewhere in between. And I think you're somewhere in between. And that's where I think that devil is coming from. It's just representing very high tension within you about someone who is not crossing you, but is important to you. And you want to do something with it. You want to express yourself towards it. But in the absence of knowing absolutely what to do, you pull it back. Okay? And that frustrates you. Because you're not expressing yourself towards this person the way you want. You kind of prohibit that or inhibit it. You haven't let it go with the Four of Pentacles. Okay? The offer is still with you. Ace of Pentacles. And then you kind of ruminate, what the hell do I do with this? So you're kind of at a crossroads of high tension in whatever this is to you. And I don't know that it's at the point of obsession. I do think you feel about it a lot. But I think most of that comes down to an aggravated or pissed off King of Wands because he doesn't know what to do. Would you like to do something? Energetically, I got news for you. And you already know this. You already are. You are sending them energy. You are sending them energy of, I want to, I feel about you, I think about you. So in a way, you already are giving them energy. I think, and I suspect the Gemini I'm looking at, you already know that. That tells me you're a little in tune with this stuff. It's the 3D energy. That's where the rubber meets the road, right, in reality. That's where we get pissed off. That's where we get frustrated. And why it is you can't do something or say something, or you feel you can't, I don't know. But that's where the tension is when it comes down to the 3D. And that's the part where we get, what do I do? And it becomes like an obsessive thought. How do I offer anything? And it gets you back into that place of frustration and helplessness because I have so much energy and I feel prohibited from expressing any of it in the real world. Let's keep going. I want to see where all these... I feel so much and I feel like I can't do anything. I feel so much and I feel like I can't do anything. And even I'm feeling the tension. See what I'm saying? See what I'm doing? It's even I feel the tension, honey. Six of Swords. What's with you? Moving on, or a sense that you're supposed to move on. Show me the Six of Swords, please. Show me the Six of Swords. Show me the Six of Swords. Also, there's a grain in here. There's a grain of pissed offness. That somebody might be getting offers from someone else, and there's anger in that as well. It's like nobody needs to be looking at their cup. Nobody needs to be talking to their cup. Nobody needs to be doing, because that's not theirs. It's mine. It's kind of like that. It's not a judgment, honey. I'm just trying to give as much clarification as I can. Eight of Swords, Ace of Wands, Two of Swords. You feel mentally, at least mentally, I don't know about feeling, but mentally, you say, I'm supposed to move on. The thing is that you haven't. And again, that's not an accusation. There's something in you that says, I need to leave this alone. If it makes me this mixed up and this crazy, I should just leave it the hell alone, get away from it. I shouldn't care. I shouldn't care. I shouldn't care. I shouldn't care. I shouldn't fucking care. It's too confusing. It's too confusing. A lot of that self-imposed confusion. Eight of Swords to Two of Swords. This is blindness. Okay, there's nothing I can see, there's nothing I can do, there's nothing I can feel. I shouldn't feel anything about it anyway. Fuck it, move on. So if it was that easy, right, you would have done it by now. So where's all that tension coming from? It's just from unresolved stuff with this person. There's a serious lack of communication here, a lack of feeling that we can do anything in the 3D, in the real world. There's a lot of attraction and respect. There is respect here. Saying, I know who that person is, I know what the quality of that person is. I have a particular feeling for them, and I'm frustrated by my own sense that I can't do anything or that I'm not welcome to. And that pisses me off. I don't know what to do. There is nothing I can't do. Yet there's an Ace of Wands in here, despite all that confusion. I see within you a sense of, I would like to do something. You got a spirit in you. It says, I want to try. And then the mental conflict comes in and dampens the spirit. And then that sense of frustration and anger comes in and dampens the spirit of what would otherwise, I believe, would be some sort of effort to try. Now, I don't know what that effort to try looks like to you. The idea of you thinking about it and fantasizing about it makes you feel good for like 2 seconds. And then you might even gotten close to it. But then you withdraw it. Pisses you off all over again. Then you go back to the, well, I need to leave this behind. Fuck it. But you're not ready to. Even your mental resignation to move forward, you don't. It's still with you. It's just a lot of unresolved shit, honey. What's going on? What's going on? Show me that star, please. In the relevant past, hopes, dreams, wishes, wants, desires. Show me this. Show me that, please. Show me the star. Show me the star. Show me that star, please. Show me the desire. You have to excuse me. The day is getting on. I'm quite tired, and the lisp is coming out. There you go. Those who have a lisp, you understand. Ace of Cups, Judgment, ooh, King of Pentacles. Damn, Gina. Gemini, why? Why though? Like seriously, why? Oh, dang. In the relevant past, you had a wish come true, man. Damn. I don't know if it's the same person. I could not tell you. I just know you had a wish come true. And you were so satisfied, or you could have been. It was a judgment call. A brand new opportunity in love was presented to you at some point on your timeline, and it was literally ushered in from the universe. It's like, Gemini, this is for you. Take it. It's yours. It's almost like the universe was proud to present this to you. It's like, dear Gemini, we present to you new love. It's yours. Take it, baby. You killed it. Have your happiness. I don't know how to put it, but that's just the grand sweeping of that energy. In that relevant past, it was everything we had hoped for, dreamed, desired, lusted for, wanted for, yearned for the long term, not just the short term. So this is the long-term vision, as we know. It is beautiful. It was vulnerable. It's bold. It's, you know, the reason why she's tossing around waters naked is because she doesn't get hung up on shit like that. She has bigger aims in this life, so she doesn't get freaked out about things like clothing. It's kind of like, it's everything. In other words, it's visible. It's highly visible. It's the dream come true, and you can see it. She has nothing to hide. It is your most naked, vulnerable wish and desire exposed for you to see. It's your personal star that was exposed to your eyeballs and your face and your person and your spirit. And then there it is. The universe is like, Ace of Cups, it's yours. Take it. King of Pentacles. You might have some earth in your chart, not the point. It felt good. It felt really good. And it was down to earth. It hit you just right. It practically speaking, it spoke to you in a 3D. In other words, it was accessible. It represented a brand new opportunity in love, and it was everything you had wanted. I don't want to, no, I don't want to go anymore. I don't want to see what happened. It's just so beautiful. It's so beautiful. What happened? Gemini, no. I mean, yeah, I'm just saying, if this reason why I kind of already know what happened is because if it was taken, I don't think this tension would be here. What happened? 3 of Wands, exiting, the waiting. What happened here? Show me this 3 of Wands, please. Show me this 3 of Wands. Show me this 3 of Wands. Show me this 3 of Wands. Show me that 3 of Wands, please. Show me that 3 of Wands. Show me that 3 of Wands, please. Let me make this clear. I want what's best for you, not what's worse. So what the hell happened? I mean, I can see that this thing you have with yourself, you've got to move on, you've got to get over it, but you're not prepared to move forward. A part of you still hopes you can spark renewal in this, or something might happen one day if you don't leave it too far behind. We still hold on to it, and that's normal, like I said, and you two are still technically, energetically exchanging. Oh, hell yes, you are. Absolutely. It's the 3D. 9th of Pentacles, the 5 of Wands, the 9 of Swords. Somebody couldn't get out of their head. Somebody could not get out of their head about the direction of this thing. The 9 of Pentacles, it might have been slow, I grant you, but nevertheless, whatever the hell this was, it was moving until it stopped moving. Somebody stopped waiting. Somebody stopped waiting. The other person, it's okay if something moves slow. That's fine. It's not about speed, guys. You know, it's about the journey. It's about the process. It's about end goal, sure, too. And we never really lose. We just learn. And the only time you really lose is if you refuse to learn. So I want you, or whatever this is to you, to learn. Because there's much in it. There's much in it. Okay, so there's still much to be done in the present, despite how energetically frustrating this is. So somebody here stopped waiting. Because somebody else, no matter how slowly they were moving, they were riddled with anxiety and frustrating and fighting with themselves about moving forward. So they were already moving slow. Now put 5 of Wands on top of it with some 9 of Swords, the stress, the anxiety, the fear, fighting themselves, fighting within their environment to move forward. And so it automatically put one person always in the position of waiting for someone else to kind of catch up to where they are. And it's kind of like moving with cement blocks on your feet. This person, even if they were Knight of Pentacles that was uninhibited, it would have taken some time, sure, but it would have been steady progress. This, we were not allowed to have steady progress, or we did not allow ourselves to have steady progress. So as much as somebody wanted to move forward in this, they were held back by several degrees. Several degrees. That's a lot. That's a lot of weight. A lot of weight for already heavy Knight of Pentacles. Okay. And what is exited, and I do believe this is the outside person, again, roles can be reversed. It's up to you. They could not wait anymore, or the concept of waiting, or that there was Anything worth waiting for? I don't know. The Three of Wands has expectation built into it, unfortunately. So when you wait that long, you can't help but wonder if your expectations are all screwed up and stupid and wrong, you know? Well, I'm not the biggest fan of the Three of Wands. When you're in it and you're waiting and you don't know that you're waiting, and you don't know that you have expectations, but you can feel something, it doesn't seem like you're waiting, right? It just feels like something that you can feel is coming towards you, but never quite reveals itself. So Three of Wands, people get really offended by it when I say you're waiting. It's not what it means. It's not obvious. When you're waiting, but you don't know, you just feel something that kind of keeps you in place. And you want to see what it is really bad, and you hope it shows up one day. And days pass, like it's never going to show up. You can't help but think that you're wrong or you're stupid. No. That's the energetic exchange. Telling you to wait. Something's going to show up for you. It's powerful. Don't lose your spot. But then there's the reality of human beings. And we have decisions to make. You know, and if somebody chooses to fight themselves every step of the way about what they're naturally drawn to, but hold them back from simultaneously, and so on and so forth, the other person loses hope. They start to lose that sense of feeling that something's coming, and rightfully so. We all have decisions to make. We all have things at play. Okay. So even though the universe, as a parent, and this is the universe trying to be somebody's parent here, this is for you, babe. Happy birthday. This is just for you. It's everything you wanted in love. Well, be like, okay, but I'm going to take 5 years to unwrap that present. And by then, you've lost all interest, or somebody's lost all... And you see what I'm saying? So they can try to give us what we want, but it's up to us as humans how we treat the gift, or we treat that judgment call. We have say. We have say. You know? So that's a lot. That's a lot. Ace of Swords, this particular truth, discovering it, acting upon it. Let's see what that Ace of Swords is. Show me that Ace of Swords, please. Show me that Ace of Swords. Show me that Ace of Swords. I don't know. Honey, perhaps you or whomever was not ready to receive said gift. But one of the lessons you can take from it is that indeed it was yours. It was yours. You know? They're not really about timing, the universe. They don't really care what we got going on. And if it's convenient to our schedule. You know, they don't really care about that shit. They're just like, I delivered the package. I didn't say when, asshole. Just open the fucking present and be happy for it. That's what the universe does. And that's it. We're humans. We're little creatures, you know? We have very finite minds. But our spirit is infinite, and those two clash, and we have to find compromise in between seize the day and wait for another day. And we have a very hard time existing in any of those time frames. In other words, it's not easy being human. It's all well and good for the spirit to be like, here's the birthday, or here's the early birthday present. Perfect love. It's everything you ever wanted. It's all for you, baby. It's all for you. And you'll be like, yeah, but I needed that delivered a week from now, though. Universe don't play like that. Ace of Swords. I needed that love package delivered last week or 2 years from now, just not today. You're just gonna be like, fuck you. Ace of Swords and Justice, the King of Wands. Oh, you want to do something about it so bad. So you know that King of Wands was kind of pissed off, irritated, frustrated. I'm glad to see your anger, the frustration, you're experiencing that tension of feeling helpless. You want to do something. You have a lot of mixed feelings about the subject. Sometimes they're passionate and positive, and sometimes they're negative and frustrated. Possibly even angry with the situation, with this person. I don't know. It's a little bit of everywhere. The point is that the King of Wands is now sitting upright, which is good. We are discerning truths about balance and what's correct for us, and we are starting to bring our sense of firmness and walls down. What your action you will be taking, I could not say, but you did seem to have made up your mind about something. So there is a truth here that you are accepting and or digesting is your personal truth. That is up to you. That personal truth will be developing for you relatively soon. And it seems to be in terms of what to do that is right for you. Good. Correct. I'll take that. Whatever that is, we'll take that. It's an improvement. It's an improvement. I see you examining the walls and the defensiveness and the blockage, and it's like, okay, how can I approach this? So that tells me you put your thinking hat back on and started thinking about what's right for me to do or to say, instead of feeling like there's nothing I can do or say. And all that does, by the way, when we convince ourselves there's nothing I can do or can say, all it does is increase the frustration. All it does is increase this sense of I'm helpless. All it does is increase this sense of fear. That nothing will No. So he's taking a little bit more charge here. And he's looking at this wall and he's like, how could I knock that fucking wall down? The blockage. How can I bypass it? Because it's something I feel I have to do. So whether that blockage is coming from within you or in context to this circumstance, I don't know. But I see you looking at it closely. You're examining it like a wall. And you're not going to bulldoze the wall, but you're logically thinking how you can approach the wall without pissing it off. So that's all I know. That's all I know. And it's better than being like, there's nothing I can do. Right? Don't you hate that? Don't you hate that feeling? I don't like that feeling. Yeah, I'd rather approach the wall and look at it logically and see how can I approach this because it's something I need to fix than to just be like, bulldoze it. Or act like that wall doesn't bother me, because that wall fucking bothers me. You know what I'm saying? You know, all you can do is account for your side. And that's what I see you doing, is you accounting for your side. What you will do, what form it will take, I don't know. But you'll find out relatively soon. Okay, 10 of Wands is in your strength. Now, you being able to carry a burden and a strain, okay, fine. I understand there's times when we all, you know, if you must have a 10 of Wands, a burden, may you be good at it. But that I don't want you to carry so much it's at the point of breaking. Okay, so there's a big difference of being able to carry your responsibilities with pride and that, you know, they're yours, you wouldn't have it any other way, versus I can just handle a lot of shit. Well, we can all handle a lot of shit. That doesn't mean it's healthy. Okay, so there's a certain responsibility here that you are assuming though, and that's a strength, and if that's true, I agree with you. Show me this 10 of Wands, please. Show me this 10 of Wands. 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 It's a lot better. I have to say it's a lot better than you sitting there being frustrated and pissed off, somewhere between passionate and angry, and there's nothing I can do, move on, but you don't really mean it, so you haven't. And you're not supposed to, by the way. It's because you have unresolved shit. The universe wants you to work out your unresolved stuff with that present they tried to give you. That's all I can really explain it with. That's it, you know. It's happening soon, man. You can't quite see how it's weaving together, but it is happening. Show me that 10 of Wands, please. Seven of Pentacles, 10 of Cups, Hierophant. There you go. That's the spirit. I like that. You do take your responsibilities very, very seriously. This is a point of pride for the Gemini I'm looking at. Good job. So you do. You feel the weight of things on you all the time. And I told you, you were that person. You carry your responsibilities with a certain level of pride, even if it means taking on probably more than you should. But you still say you can do it. You can navigate it. I believe you. You do. Sometimes it takes you a minute to warm up to what feels correct to you, but when you do, you know. And you can take on a lot, I know. And you're also saying, I'm willing to take on the responsibility if it means harmonizing the situation. It's been with me, it's slow growing. And spiritually, when I feel something's correct, I feel it's correct. And you're willing to take on a certain level of responsibility. Okay. You kind of committed to it. In the respect of, this has been growing with me, and while it is hard, I see the greater good in kind of making things grow or develop, or at least correcting them. At least getting back into a good place. So it's very good. It's very noble of you. I think this is more in line with who you are. Okay? I do. That's good. Okay. Okay. Intuition in your environment. Listening to yourself, that will always be important. The High Priestess. Show me that High Priestess, please. You know, like you're saying, I take my responsibilities and my side of things. There you are. And there they are. Let me know if it was Scorpio you're connecting to, possibly fellow Gemini. But there they are again, the Six of Cups right next to her. Yeah, okay. You say you take a responsibility seriously, and if you understand it's your weight, then you say it's your weight. In other words, if it's my job, it's my job. If it's my weight, it's my weight. It might take me a minute to understand what I'm supposed to do with it, but when I figure it out, I'll say so. I'll take ownership of it. Very good. Very good. I like that. I respect that. All right, show me. There's a couple more in there. The High Priestess in your environment, feeling intuitively. Very good. Four of Pentacles, Nine of Pentacles. You intuitively, yeah, you two are totally soul-bonded. You two are totally soul-bonded. You so are. You know it. Yeah. You suspect that they haven't moved on from you. You suspect it. You're like, I think they're holding on to me too. Well, if I'm holding on to them, see this? How clever. Of course you are. Well, I suspect if I'm holding on to them, okay, then they're probably holding on to me too. You're right. You two are energetically connected. You are still energetically exchanging, even if you're not apparent in the 3D. I don't know why that's a point with you, but you think it's an important one, but you also feel it's an important one. You're saying that this person has said that they have moved on, but you also feel like possibly they could be holding on to you. Yes, that's correct. Why that's an important point to you, I don't know, but if you want to know all is fair, even Stevens, and equal, then yes, you're correct. Because you too, I believe I already said this at the beginning, so I apologize if I repeat myself, haha, that's what I do. Energy exchange is real. That's you two are still energetically going like this, even if your 3D is like this. No, they still hold on to you. So even if they said, I moved on, you strongly suspect and intuitively still feel that they are connected to you and that they haven't completely let you go either. No matter what their claims are of being independent and proud and I've moved on, you're like I think, Christina, they still might be holding on to me just a little bit. I mean, if I am, they probably, yes, you are. You're correct. Yeah, they are. Yeah. What their motivation is or the reasons, I don't know, other than the fact that you two are soul bonded and you have unresolved shit. I mean, you don't underestimate. I mean, you think that the universe has handed you that present and they're like, okay, now we don't have to deal with that anymore. We gave you that. No, they're still trying to get you two to, I don't know if come together and be happily ever after, but at least appreciate the gift of you two as in some way. Okay? You know what? You may not have been able to accept the gift in the past, but who's to say in the future? Okay? Who's to say in the future? Okay. Page of Wands. Opening up. I hope to open up. I fear to open up. Page of Wands. Show me that Page of Wands, please. Show me that Page of Wands. No, you're right. Absolutely. They still hold on to you. Sure, sure. No, no, no. No, you don't just forget a connection like that, honey. No. Hanged Man, Page of Cups, Three of Swords. Not just yet. You don't know when. You're trying to keep your heart open. There's a point. There's a fear here of being rejected, possibly. So we don't quite know when we want to open up. I think you're still poking at the wall to find out where you can get some movement. Okay. And to approach something calmly, but with intention. King of Wands is all about intention. This is my intention. This is my feeling. But with a level head behind it, which is what I would expect from you. The Ace of Swords and justice. I need to do what's right by me, but also if I approach the situation, it has to be correct as well. So I still think you're looking at the wall and trying to figure out how you can engage with it without knocking it down or being too obtrusive. There is a little bit of fear here to open up. So there's a little bit of delay on it. Okay. I think a part of it is that you anticipate that you might be hurt or rejected if you try knocking on the door. I understand. It makes sense. I would call that rational, normal fear. It tells me you're not quite sure how you approach the wall yet. I don't know if there will ever be an airtight method, honey. There's no guarantee on anything. All you can do is best represent you. And how it's received is how it's received. Okay? So let's see how it's received. There they are again. Knight of Cups. I would like to open up. Okay? Six of Cups is in the outcome. Six of Cups is in the outcome. Show me that. Show me that. Nine of Cups, the Moon, King of Pentacles. Some of you guys have some really interesting combinations. You might have some very heavy, Taurus in your chart. Touch of Aquarius, it's not quite right, but yeah, I can't say that's not a possibility. Capricorn, and it's in there. It's interesting because there it is again. Okay. Remember we talked about the universe tried to deliver you that birthday, that really cool birthday present. You're like, could you have delivered that like 2 weeks or 2 years from now? That would have been cool. Can you take it back and deliver it at another time? Yeah, see, universe don't work like that. You're kind of like, I want to finish unwrapping the present. I know that sounds sexual, and that's okay. Maybe it is. But I don't quite think that's it. Oh boy. It's actually quite lovely. It is. We're peeking a little bit more behind the curtain, in terms of we're trying to allow ourselves to feel more of what the universe tried to deliver to us the first time. I don't know how you approach the wall. I know you had a little bit of trepidation about opening up to this, because there's no guarantee of reaction. I just know that the future engagement with that energy, as the Six of Cups as the outcome, suggests something went right. So whatever it is, it went well. I see you being almost indulgent with your feelings. It's actually not a lot, but for you it might feel indulgent. Okay. I'm trying to say this with sensitivity because I can tell that the feeling thing is a bit of a sensitivity point for you. The King of Pentacles I'm looking at, it felt good to be delivered this star, this Ace of Cups, this brand new opportunity in love that was strong, viable, and everything you'd hoped, wished, and dreamed for. And it's another thing to allow yourself to feel your feelings for it. I know that when it was presented to you, it felt good, but not convenient. And it's been with you ever since. And when we next openly exchange with our soul bond, you're going to allow yourself to feel some feelings with your soul bond in a way that you did not connect with it previously, because what you were really feeling, your personal sense of pleasure, your personal sense of wish fulfillment and accepting said gift, was absent the first time. And now I see you expressing feeling for it, or allowing yourself to feel feeling for it that you didn't maybe afford yourself the first time. What that looks like, I don't know. But if I were to put it simply, allowing yourself to feel the pleasure of the soul bond in the moment, to accept it more as a gift, to be pleased that you can feel these things, or that you're allowing yourself to feel these things, and possibly even sharing feeling. And it doesn't have to be a big gush, guys. It's not like I'm not talking about, I mean, it could be a big cry session. You could have a big cry session with your person. I don't know. I don't know that it's that. I just know that how you personally felt about this kind of was kept under the moon. We see it coming out. How you really feel is trying to be expressed in a real world way. Okay. Now, the King and Queen of Pentacles are highly sensual people, and they're probably much more comfortable demonstrating than expressing. But in the real world, it feels good. It feels good to feel these things. Okay. This second time around, third time around, I don't know how many times around you guys are doing this, but whatever. Second time around. But we're allowing ourselves to feel things that otherwise were kept down, hidden. Okay. With that person. Okay. So I don't know what that looks like, except it feels good. It's soft. It's quiet. It's not loud. It's not precocious. You know, it's like, I guess that's the difference between being given a powerful gift and appreciating it. Knowing it was there or given to you, even if it wasn't convenient. But now we get to experience it for what it was by participating in it. Okay? Participating in it says, I'm opening this, I'm appreciating it, I'm experiencing it, I'm feeling it, I'm allowing you to see me experience it and feel it. And I'm giving qualitative feedback to you that suggests I'm enjoying this, and this is how I feel, and this is how I feel about this gift, and this has been my feelings on the subject this whole time. And I'm sorry I didn't tell you when I first got the gift how I felt. I didn't know. I was still processing it. It was a lot to I admit, when the universe hands us something like that, it's pretty damn powerful, and we don't all know how to deal with something like that right there, right then. But it's like, I didn't know how to deal with that present right there, right then. I enjoyed receiving it. It was like so much I didn't know what to do with it. And now I'm kind of telling you how I felt about the gift, and I've been since thought about it and what it's meant to me. And this is how I feel about it. See how I'm saying? I know that there's the big mystical spiritual thing, and it's hard to put down into words, but in reality, that's what it would look like or sound like. Understanding what I was given and how it actually has affected me, and how I appreciate it, how I love it, and how it makes me love myself, and how I feel about our connection and what it has meant to me, what I have learned from it, what it has made me feel, how it has made me grow. So I don't know what the ever after looks like. I'm just seeing the short-term outcome. What happens after that, I could not say. It makes you feel really good to say how you appreciate the gift. Perhaps you didn't have the words the first time, and you didn't know how to accept it back then. And that person was always waiting to see you unwrap the gift. How do you feel about this? And you're like, I'm fucking 50 miles back there. You know what I'm saying? So it's kind of like that. But yeah, what I really like, though, this has to be by far my most favorite piece, because I do understand this, especially if you have careers and families. You have to assume a certain level of Ten of Wands, and there's a responsibility, and I understand that as a strength. I do. This is what I've taken on. This is my responsibility. So even though it's a right pain in my ass, it's what I signed up for. I respect that, and I'm going to give it my full weight. And then here with, Mr. Yes, Mr. No, big permissions guy there with the Hierophant. It's like the Ten of Cups, the Seven of Pentacles. He's about ownership here. He's all about that ownership. It's like, when I understand something is my responsibility, then I will do my best to harmonize it. And sometimes it takes a minute to grow on me to understand what my obligations are, or my responsibilities are, or myself as a spiritual being. But once I do, I act in accordance to it. So there's a large concept attached to you of responsibility. I'm in it. I'm in lots of things. I've got a lot of things going on. But this, for some reason, is you, and it's just you. That's what's interesting. I see that you have a huge diversification of energy that takes place in many circles of your life. But when it comes to this particular gift from the universe, it's for you and just for you to feel and to experience, and no one else. And maybe that's why it feels a little weird. Maybe that's why you rejected it a little bit, or you never caught up to it, or you're like, just move on from it, and that's why it pisses you off and it still intrigues you. It's like, how can this be just for me? You know? I don't, but it is just for you. That's all I know. It was for you. It was always for you. And what you do with it in the long term, I don't know. But the point is, with an exchange like this, that is peaceful, it's calm, it's beautiful, where you actually get to really feel your feelings on this gift, it will be worked out between these two beings. Okay? And how it looks and shapes and unfolds over time. And it'll be more than just an energetic exchange. It'll be something that will make more sense between you two. Yeah, it is just for you, and it is just for you to work through it. It's just for you to appreciate that gift was always for you. It's not a shared gift. It's not meant to be divvied up between 5, 10, 20, 50. You don't have to share it with anybody. It was just for you. You're very diverse, Gemini, honey. You're here, you're there. I got it. I do. I just know that this was just for you. That's all. They just keep telling me this was just for you. It wasn't a trick. It wasn't a ploy. It wasn't... And you don't have to share it with... Why do they keep saying that? That you don't have to share it with anybody. You don't have to share it with anybody. Did you grow up in a family where nothing was yours? Lots of siblings? You always had to share with somebody? So you have that construct where if it doesn't benefit the whole family, then it's no good. It can't just be about the individual and what the individual wants and desires. It has to be good for everybody. Yeah. Some of you, I don't know why that hit me funny, but it did. You know what it's like to have hand-me-downs. Be conservative. Right? Everyone has to be able to benefit. You all have to be able to share. This is not a sharing thing. This was just for you, honey. It was just for you. It's quite beautiful, really. I don't know. For some of you, by the way, I can't... Between the Six of Cups and Judgment, for some of you, this was a... I have to say this as a technicality. For some of you, it was a second chance with somebody whom you knew before. They came back around, and whew, that was a strong... It's time. The love this time is time. You missed him the first time. We're going to bring him back around. That could have been it. Because it was marked with new love, but somebody with a strong soul bond. And second chance judgment for some of you, it might have been a potential love of the past that was not fulfilled, came back around with a very strong re-entry. It could be those things, absolutely. I have to put that out there as an aside. Okay. Other than that, I'm saying it's something that was just for you. And maybe that was your reward in this life, honey. This was the one thing you didn't have to share or think about the greater good and an extent of how it would benefit other people in terms of network, connectivity, community, rising up, no trajectory. Many people can benefit. It's just was for you. Who knows? Maybe they were trying to tell you to be more selfish. Maybe they were trying to say when you think about yourself isn't necessarily a bad thing. When you want your highest love in this life and we're trying to give it to you, it's not to punish you, it's because we're trying to reward you. It was just for you. And that means you were just for them too. Did that occur to you? That's right. If you can hold on to them and you're like, well, maybe they're holding on to me too. It works both ways. If this person was your gift, they were yours. You were theirs. That's what I'm saying. Some of you have Taurus in your chart. I got that a couple of times. No, it's not an absolute, but this is one of their cards. Last quarter moon in Taurus. Be proud of yourself. Yeah, I know. You have managed to accomplish a great deal, and I feel like you have a huge sense of responsibility tied to you, but it's all responsibilities you have chosen to bear. A huge emphasis on family. Huge emphasis on the greater good. Huge emphasis on many people must thrive and benefit. I have to say to that. Do you have a problem saying, I want something that's just for me? I really feel like for some of you, to be selfish, to really know what you want, your heart's desire, you have come to equate that with selfishness or badness. Especially if you grew up in a way that suggests everybody has to share. Everybody, all our survival depends on everybody being fair and equal to each other. And that's going to affect everything from the relationships you take on and the relationships you don't. You know what I'm saying? Like, and the work you take on and the work you do not take on. When it comes to this connection, you become a singular individual very quickly. It's about your heart. It's about your wishes. It's about your desires. It's about your wants. All your fulfillments where you share it with no one. Is that what pisses you off? Is that why I see you a little pissed off? Why are they talking to them? They don't need to talk to them. They don't need to talk to them. Why are they talking to them? I know how important they are. They don't need to be talking to them. That's kind of mine. They don't need to be talking to that. That's not mine. And like, you can't tell if you should be pissed off or not. It's not, yeah, because it is yours. And you feel like somebody's talking to your cup. Somebody's talking to your empress. Yeah, you're going to be a little pissed. Yeah. Yeah. That's interesting. Sorry, I don't know where that came from. All right, that's enough. It's very interesting. Gemini, I don't have any time frames to you. I'm going to stop doing time checks on the Celtic Cross. It's just too open-ended anyway. This is ongoing. That's already passed. I don't know when you're going to get over that place that says I should fear to open up or I should hope to open up. I don't know. I don't see it coming towards you. I would have told you if that was the case by now. Whenever you feel like you're in a place where you can open up and talk about your experience of the gift and what it's meant to you, that's when you'll be ready. Okay. I will see you in your Sunday short, and I will see you in your next long message in approximately 2 weeks. Put in the comments. Take care. Be well.